The Real Estate Revolution radio show is designed to educate Missoula homeowners and home buyers how to navigate the uncharted waters of the current Western Montana real estate market in an educational, often edgy, and high-energy fashion with host Jason Baker. Jason will teach you all the secrets on how to win with real estate, from listing your property to purchasing investments. Jason has you covered. Be sure to check the home of the week, the good news, and current market updates each week. Jason is revolutionizing the real estate experience for over 100 clients a year.
Welcome to Real Estate Revolution Radio with Jason Baker. Jason, happy Sunday to you, my friend.
Happy Sunday. You know what they should do? They should call this Farm Tales.
Farm Tales?
Yes.
Oh, because I always get the update of what's going on.
Yeah,
on the
you
farm.
know, I'm going all over every time I turn on TV, well, here's another weight loss program, these kinds of things, right? And I'm not sure why I linger on those commercials for a long time. Maybe it's telling me something, but all you need to do if you want to lose 5 to 10 pounds really, 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 really quickly is just go out.
Pipe.
Yeah, move irrigation pipe with the mosquitoes we have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you'll lose plenty.
Because Katie lost 2.5 pounds and mosquitoes just were in my truck residual from this morning.
Yeah.
So everybody, today we have a special guest, Katie Montez from my real estate team. She's one of the ones that is crazy enough to put up with me. And Ashley's over there. What are you doing, Ash?
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Radio Land.
She is holding down the fort over there. Ashley is. Yep. Well, so we're going to be talking real estate, careers in real estate today. Because who wants to hear about numbers? Well, we're going to hear about them real quick. Okay, so just a quick market update because things are changing by the minute. We're sending out twice weekly to our sellers what's going on. So since last week, we're at about 230 homes for sale in both counties. We're up to 245 and 238 in Ravalli County homes for sale. Again, this is a quadrupling since January. It's a trend that we're seeing. Days on market are 88 and 85 respectively across both. That's average days on market across both counties. Remember, it was like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Best time to sell your house was best time to sell your house was 120 days ago, and now the second best time is now, because in 120 days you're going to be wishing you sold now.
Right.
So what's just a general consensus is, and I think Katie can agree, is that we're having less buyers because of the interest rates. We talked to Jesse last week that was here from BK Mortgage, right? And he went over that the average person's or home buyer's payments up $1,000 over what it was, Katie, just 2-3 months ago. Remember when our buyers were getting around 2.875 to 3.25 interest rates, and now they're close to 6, and they're supposed to be really upping them here pretty quickly. So what are you seeing out there as far as what the buyer sentiments?
Yeah, so, working with buyers, you get to ride the roller coaster with them. Yeah. So, the past couple of years was very exciting for a lot of them because we did have interest rates that were much lower than what is considered normal. And now that we're turning to that more normal, rate, some buyers are getting frustrated. The good news for buyers, though, like you said, is we do have more inventory. Yep. So there are more choices. There's a little bit less competition. Instead of having, like I was joking about 30-second showings,
that's right,
racing around.
The sprinting.
All right, everybody, get your 3-point stance.
Yes.
Okay, all right, bend your knees. Here we go. On your mark.
We have 30 seconds, go!
And then boom, and then they go in and they have to run in the house, they beat each other up, they run back out, they're in the car, and they make, it's 49 offers. Yeah.
I still love that video where they run in, jump on the bed, turn around, keep running.
That's all you get.
Yeah, that's exactly
Check out
right.
this closet. Wow, that's pretty neat.
I know. So it was pretty funny because, it's like, well, okay, so let's go over your wants and needs, Mr. Buyer. Okay, so how many people are in your family? Okay, we've got 10 children. Okay, great. Well, we've got a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. It's the only house that's for sale right now. You're going to have to.
Perfect.
It's perfect. We'll take it.
There's room to build.
It's got a lot of potential.
Yeah, I know. So it's like, oh my gosh. So now, but the good news is, you're right. It's like when we're out there working with buyers, Katie, it's like they can actually if they can fathom the rate and fathom the payment.
Yep.
Now they're marrying, as Jesse said last week, they're marrying the house and they're dating the rate.
Yes.
And so it's just temporary because these rates will come down over a course of years. I don't know down to what, but they're going to go up higher, and then I believe they're going to come back down and level off. And then you can refinance that, which is good.
Yes.
Jesse went over some really good ways that they can do 2-1 buy downs, interest buy downs, and some sellers are starting to pay closing costs again, which is really good. So it's would be a good time to potentially ask for that, because if a house is sitting there for 90 days and the person has to sell, the seller may be willing to work on that to make their product or their house stand out from the rest.
A little bit of incentive.
Incentives are needed, because they're going to get we have had in the last, I would say, 60 days, more inbound seller calls than we probably have in the last 12 months before that, I would venture to guess. And everybody's hearing that the market's changing and everybody's trying to get in. So I would expect that our inventory and days on market are going to continue to climb, and it's just going to go, it's just going to be back to a normal market, 2, 3, 4, 5% increase in price and everything like that. So there's no signs that the market's going to, house prices are going to drop. I just don't think they're going to go up anymore. Or they're going to go up super slow. Like, again, normal appreciation, which is healthy.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then you don't have to wear a sweatband to work.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, I can tell you, like, we love our admin team, and there's nothing. One of the greatest benefits of our real estate team is our administrative side to that, and we couldn't do what we can do. Like, because salespeople got to focus on sales, and we'll talk more about that in the next segment. Salespeople need to focus on sales, and they can't do that if they're busy doing other things that have nothing to do with the actual sales process per se. All of the important things. Granted, I'm not minimizing their importance. It's just that we need to be out showing property, out talking to people about listing property. That's our job. And the fact that we have 4 amazing admin on our team, and actually, I guess Sam would be considered kind of in some ways a fifth.
He's new in our team.
Yeah, he's new in our team, and it's just a great thing, and it's also a benefit because ultimately, as salespeople, we have to spend the time doing what we're good at. So that's kind of a general market update, and then what we'll do if you want to go hit it right now, Casey, and let's head into a commercial break, and then what we'll do is we're going to talk to Katie about her real estate career and just how proud of her we are when we get back.
That sounds great. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after this. More Real Estate Revolution Radio with Jason Baker.
All right.
The Fed just hiked interest rates again, the biggest hike in decades since 1994, as a matter of fact. Hey, Sean Hannity here. If you're trying to buy a home now more than ever, it is imperative that you find a real estate agent who knows the market better than anyone and has the skills to win you the negotiation and save you the most money. There's only one agent in town I recommend. I'm talking about Jason Baker of Rise Realty, Montana. He knows how to cut through all of the talk and to give you accurate information. Now, don't just take my word for it. Get online and read all the 5-star reviews. Put the most experience and the best marketing to work for you. Look, the only thing more expensive than hiring an expert is hiring an amateur. Don't trust your home to just anyone. Now, I've done the homework. Talk to the agent that I trust for the best advice. Call Jason at 552-4443. That's 552-4443. Online, jasonbakerteam.com. That's jasonbakerteam.com.
From listing your property to purchasing investments, Jason Baker has got you covered. Time for more of the Real Estate Revolution Show.
Welcome back to Real Estate Revolution Radio with Jason Baker. Jason, we're going to talk about a career in real estate.
We've been talking a little bit about careers in real estate. Right now it can be a really scary time for basically if you had a heartbeat, like back in 2005 through 2008, if you had a heartbeat, you could get a loan.
Yeah.
If you had a heartbeat and you had a listing, it would sell over the last 3 years, but not in the last 2 or 3 months. There actually has to be a marketing plan again and everything like that. So a lot of agents are starting to feel the heat. They don't have a lead source. They don't have an administration team. They don't have a whole separate department calling and making appointments for them. And their overhead is starting to feel burdensome because there's nothing pending. So there's a lot of opportunity out there for existing agents to come on board with a team, or people who are like, you know what, I'm sick of my dead-end job. I've had so many people call me lately saying, I'm sick and tired of this dead-end job.
Yeah.
And I'm working 9 to 5. I'm working for the man, if you will, and I want to go do something where the amount of effort I put in actually equals what what I can be compensated, right? So the cream can rise to the top. If I want to be lazy, I can have lazy wages. But if I want to grind and hustle, like this gal sitting next to me right now, I can really make a good life for me and my family.
If I want to make some jet ski money.
Yeah. Oh, now jet stuff. This.
We like jet skis.
You know you made it when you can afford a jet ski.
No, that's
what
I'm saying.
2 jet skis?
Oh my gosh, and one of those fancy trailers.
They say money can't buy happiness, but I've seen people on jet skis and
they look pretty happy.
They're always smiling.
Do they have that in like Realtree camo? I mean, can you get jet skis that are camo? I mean, that'd be fantastic.
Some duck hunting on jet skis. Sign me up.
Yeah, put your little palm grass on it during the duck season. It always just goes back to hunting, Katie. I'm sorry.
It's full circle with this job.
All right. Well, Katie's in the hot seat right now. So I just wanted to, Katie, I know we've known each other for what, 4 or 5 years, you poor thing? Is that pretty well?
It's been 5. Mm-hmm.
5 years.
Maybe
oh my
even
gosh.
a little bit longer.
Yeah. You have way more gray hair after me. She doesn't have one gray hair, but she probably will, after knowing me for a little while longer. I mean,
they're mile
I know
markers.
myself and I'm full of gray hair. So, but tell me a little bit about your background in real estate. Like how'd you get into it? How long have you been doing it? Like where did you start? And then, why real estate?
Yeah. Why real estate? So a lot of people don't know this about me. I actually have an extensive background in nonprofit. So straight out of college, went to school for nonprofit management and, close to 15 years running nonprofits as director. And you definitely feel the burnout as we discussed. Yeah. And it really did. It came down to what we talked about is I want my compensation to equal my activity and my output. Right. And it's also, being in real estate as a career, it is about taking care of your family. Right. We have bills to pay. We take care of our families as well. And that's how we provide for our family. Yeah. Met a great agent in Seattle area and worked, all the way up from Linwood down south to Olympia and became an assistant for him, unlicensed. Started working as his assistant. Yeah. We always joke he's very similar to you. Yeah. And
poor Katie.
He's a great guy. I think you're a great guy.
I actually really want. I really would love to meet him at some point. So if that can be arranged, I'd love to take him to lunch.
Yeah. They could become best friends.
Facebook friends.
Yeah. But yeah, same thing. Was brought on as this, an assistant, and slowly worked my way up to a buyer's agent. And ultimately, part of what drew me to nonprofit as well and what drew me to real estate is I like to help people. Right. So how can I help people accomplish their goals and dreams while still providing for my family? Yep. I think real estate's a perfect match for that. You get what you put into it. Right. You get that out of it. Yep. And not just for myself and my family, but as I mentioned, also for our clients.
Think about the clients, Katie, that you've helped, and you've helped a lot of clients over the last year and a half or so that we've been working together. Yeah. That I've been fortunate enough to be able to be your leader. Yeah. Which I appreciate, and I don't take that for granted, just so you know. Okay, but the fact is that those people that you helped a year and a half ago are 30 to 40% more wealthy with the equity in their home that they have now than they were just years ago. So let's put that into monetary terms. If Katie sold someone a $500,000 house, that house right now is worth between $650,000 and $700,000. You help someone because of your tenacity and your caring, nurturing soul gain $200,000 in net worth. Does that make you feel good?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me feel great knowing that exactly we're helping them increase their investments and potential retirement.
Yeah, because they can take that, so they could call their banker right now and they could say, I really want to buy another house, a house I can rent, not live in. And they can use that equity to go get a home equity line of credit and just use it as a down payment. Some people don't know that they can do that, and they can go there and maybe they've got a $200 or $300 payment on that $50,000 that they took out on their home, which is just equity that you've helped them earn. Yeah. And they can go buy another property, and now they can rent that, and they could be making $500 a month on that, plus the appreciation, plus the tax write-off, plus all of that stuff, right? So real estate is like, we're not doing it like, at the end of the day, like, I don't know the last time I've seen a paycheck myself because my wife just grabs it. Today, Deb grabbed the one that came in and said, "Commission Deb." Woo! They just walk in. They grab
it's like the Jetsons.
That's right. Well, it just disappeared. Yeah, right. Because the wallet. Most people don't know who the Jetsons are, but you should Google that where the wife grabs the wallet. Yeah, but. You're helping them do that, and then, but like, how did you? So you were working at the nonprofit before. Yeah. Now, you were getting burnt out from that. I mean, was there a huge? Could you, like, the advancement there, was it pretty well capped? Or I mean, nonprofit work is some great work, but it's like at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you.
Exactly. Yeah. And, obviously starting out just out of college, I didn't start as a director. I worked my way up, but there's only so far you can work your way up. I was a director trainer, and so I actually trained my fellow branch directors and Hope Center directors. And very rewarding. But you get very burned out because there's a lot of expectation. You're constantly balancing, assisting your staff who are working with the youth, and also, trying to help your board members raise funds and help your CEO with events and fundraising. You're constantly out in the community. You're working nights and weekends, but you also have to be in the building during the day.
Right.
So it's not an adjustable schedule per se. It's an everyday, all day schedule.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest blessings and curses of real estate is that we're 1099 and we have, a lot of freedom. And so when my real estate coach asked me one time, Katie, and I think it was pretty funny, he goes, Jason, at the end of the day, if I were to analyze your day and you were a W-2, would I fire you at about 5:01 p.m.? Probably every single day. So how is that? So as successful as you've been, and we'll get into your numbers and stuff like that, we don't, as comfortable as you are there, when you're how has as well as you're doing, again, I'm not trying to spurt off, what someone makes income wise, but how has it changed your life for the better? The hard work you've done, the compensation that you've gotten. Because I know people don't like to talk about money because it's taboo and all that stuff, but it's the love of money that's bad. It's, doing something great for your family. But how has being in real estate changed your life?
Yeah, so it has allowed us, probably options we wouldn't have had before.
Right.
When I first moved out to Montana with my husband, we got pregnant.
Your husband's
after.
a veteran, by the way. Thank you, Robert. I love me some veterans.
He's a military vet. Yes. We love our military community.
Yes,
we love our first responders.
Amen.
And but yeah, when we first moved out here, it allowed me to, when we had our son, it allowed me to stay home, and he was with me all day, every day. I was able to work around our schedules so that one of us was always with him. We didn't have to send him to daycare. We didn't have to hire a nanny. Now, we could have if that's what we chose to do, but it allowed me to work remotely for my team in Seattle, as well as be here in Montana working with my clients here, my buyers and sellers. And as our son has gotten older and now he's in preschool, it's opened up my time more. I'm able to be in the office more and work with the Jason Baker team, which we looked forward to, and we're coming up on a year.
Yeah,
of being there.
It's really. I mean, I just can't for me, how I gauge success is obviously quality of life for the people that I'm around.
Yes.
Again, I just why did you decide to, I know that you were at and we're not talking about this place or that place, because we respect all of the professionals in our marketplace, but you're at a big franchise, a big brokerage prior to coming on to our smaller family boutique brokerage called Rise Realty. And the Jason Baker team, we run our entire our brokerage as what were some of the reasons why you did that, which I'm so grateful that you did, truly. Yeah. Okay, I can't thank you enough. It's been a real honor for us, to have your family there. And when you bring Lincoln in, I love it. You gotta go in there, give him a high five. I'm high energy, and I go in there. And Lincoln's he's reserved, but he's always doing something. And he looks at me and he smiles. The cutest kid you've ever seen. So
let's be honest, he's probably the cutest staff member on our team.
He is definitely he is cute. I mean, there's no doubt about
it.
That's
why he gets paid the big bucks.
Yeah, that's right. I know. There's actually something we're going to be talking about, how to pay your kids to not have so much tax burden. But anyway, why join a team? What are some of the perks to that for you? What was attractive about it?
Yeah, well, and honestly, that question is sort of a twofold question, because there is the why join a team, but there's also for us, why join Jason Baker team. Right. And, coming off a big franchise, when I first moved out here to Montana, I obviously interviewed a lot of different teams, a lot of different brokerages, and I felt most comfortable about the culture and the support I received at this particular brokerage. That brokerage also led me to meet you and your team. I was able to meet Sarah. That's how we met and we got connected. One of the things that really drew me to Jason and Sarah and the team is the fact that as an independent agent with this brokerage, I wasn't a part of the Jason Baker team.
Right.
I still was always given the opportunities and the support. Jason, you would check in with me every time we would have our, big meetings. Yeah. It was just a quick check-in. Hey, how are things going? How's your son? How's your family? Do you have any questions? I know you're still transitioning. I was brand new to Montana, and real estate is real estate, but we definitely have our state laws and regulations. And I felt like Jason was always available to me, even though I was not part of his team, to help me understand those regulations and navigate those better. Yeah. So that's sort of what really kept me, Jason Baker team in high esteem for me. Yeah. When it came time to my son, moving into preschool and me having more time, and I knew I could work, more, what aligned with my goals was to be working with a team. And I wanted to work with a top broker and a top listing broker. Yeah. And I wanted to have that support that I knew, not only am I going to have a lead source, but I'm going to have the support to help me navigate that lead source and to navigate a new schedule. It is a tough transition going from a stay-at-home working mom to now managing kids,
I'm so proud of you. It is like for us, and I love that brokerage. I really loved it, truly.
Yeah, I think we both left on great terms. Still in contact with them.
Yeah, definitely. It was great. It was just time, for growth. Like my ultimate goal is to make the people who are in my world financially free. Yeah, and also that they love their life. And I'm sometimes kind of a hard dude to be around because I'm a type A. I'm a driver.
Oh, come on, Jason.
Yeah, I'm real meek.
Come on.
I'm like my expectations are super high, but how we have some incredibly powerful women in our office, and also I gotta just say that how you juggle home life and also work life is commendable.
Thank you.
With grace.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you
for
miss
sure.
getting to watch Disney Plus all day?
Oh, we still watch Disney Plus. Don't be fooled by that.
Dude, I can't wait to go Mandalorian. Yeah. It's like, no, I don't watch those shows. I only watch hunting shows.
We get to watch Frozen again. This is going to be great.
That's right, no, I never cry at Disney movies. Never.
Never. Yeah.
No. So it's amazing watching it literally can be done. The accountability of the team. Like the reason why I started a team, there's two kinds of teams I think out there in the world, and you might agree with me. There's teams where there's one team leader and they want all the credit for every single thing. They put their name on all of the deals and it's just all about them. For me, honestly, my greatest wish truly is over the next 2 or 3 years, and I can't do it before it's time because obviously everything could implode. But ultimately, I just want to be your full-time coach and my agent's full-time coach and all of this huge business that God has blessed us with that we have. That I could just, share that with, 12 agents or whatever the goal would be at that point in time and just help them be so good. And yes, as a byproduct of that, my family could live very, nicely as we do now. But at the same time, I really want that. So every day when I wake up, I thank God that I can go lead some great people, which you're one of them.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's really good. Tell me, tell me a little bit about your year-over-year numbers. Talk about production. If you want to share, I'm looking at your numbers and I'm you're killing it. So as much as you want to talk about that or whatever else, how many you closed last year, how many closed so far this year, and what systems are working and what I can do better. You can let me have it here too. I know I'm not perfect, but a million miles perfect. Why are you laughing?
I didn't say it. You did.
Ashley, turn his volume down over there. Freaking peanut gallery over there. Yeah. Plug him.
I know I'm not perfect.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So numbers, last year, closings, and then so far this year, maybe.
Yeah, so I think, and this is a question we get asked quite a bit from people that Jason is thinking about bringing onto the team. Right. Of course, they want to know our production. Right. We are happy to share. I think it's very indicative of his leadership style and the program. It works and why it works. And, really what it comes down to is, so on average, when I first moved out here, I was doing about a transaction a month, which is pretty dang good still for being able to stay at home with my
livable wage. Kidding me?
Yep, very livable wage. Still helping my team lead over in Seattle. Still have my connections there. My goal in my first year here at Jason Baker team was my stretch goal was 3 transactions. I wanted to triple my business. Right. Right now, I am on track to do about 2.5 times, which you think about all the complications in the market and the shifts. So that's still, really great.
She's 2.5 times over, last year. Yeah. It's truly, it's truly commendable. So Katie, just to congratulate you. Katie comes in every day. like when she first started, she's been on the phone before and everything, but in the morning time, we make calls. We do power up, we do role play. Sometimes we just shoot the, you know what? we never get to that part. But anyway, it's just, we're human. We like to make fun of each other, and mostly they make fun of me. But anyways.
Every time.
Water cooler banter.
There's a lot to make fun of, let's be honest.
He's always the center of the joke, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
He takes it so well.
I screw up so much more than most people. There's just a lot of, I'm learning quickly.
It comes with the territory.
Yeah. So, and then we make phone calls from 9 to 10 and like, I don't know a person in the world that the reason why we're doing that is that's the accountability aspect of it. That's how we get into production. That's how we find more people that we can help so they don't end up somewhere that they might not end up liking. Imagine that with saying that in the right, all politically correct way. But yeah, that is just, but you power through those calls.
Yes.
And I know it's probably like, gosh, why am I doing this? It's just now after your first year that all that compounding that you've done is going to start escalating. Mm-hmm. You're going to be 2.5x, 5x, and then 10x. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just snowball. So I just, I commend you for reporting like you do and also making those calls that are super uncomfortable for you. Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. Nobody likes to make calls.
Right.
Nobody likes to make calls.
Yep.
And it's one of those things that consistency is key. And we talk about that a lot at the Jason Baker team. And that's part of our morning power-ups is just,
it's your routine.
You really have to. Yeah. It's a routine.
Yeah.
You have to get into it. There are days still that I come in, I don't want to make calls. I know my mindset is I don't want to make calls. Yeah. As soon as we get in, we start going through Power Up, you can feel your attitude, your mindset shifting. Everyone's in making calls. We're all in it together. We're a team. And I think that's really important that, there are expectations, but Jason leads by example. He's on the phone too. Mm-hmm. So it's not our job to be on the phone. It is part of our job. But Jason's going to be on the phones with us. And I think it makes it really easy when everyone is in doing the same thing. We're supporting, we're cheering each other on. It's just a great environment. Yeah,
it's definitely, when I moved here, it's one of those things like, well, how do I start in real estate? Like, I don't know how like a non-team agent actually can survive if they're just starting right now, if they don't know a million people. And the reason is it's because when I moved to Missoula, I moved here in '97 from Massachusetts. I don't like to and throw something at me if we're getting late on time because she does. I know you can't help where you're born. You can't help where you end up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so please forgive me.
I was expecting to hear a more Southie accent from you when you said that.
Yeah, well,
make it awesome.
Well, I've been here longer than I was there, and so I kind of lost it. After 2 or 3 years in Montana, them making funny, "Park you can't have it yet," you're just like, oh gosh, I'm just going to change how I talk. So what are some of the things I say now? Oh my gosh, I pronounce my R's.
Yeah.
So, and there's lots of Montana terms set in there. My wife's always like, where'd that come from?
Beg.
Yeah, that's right. There's all sorts of stuff. But yeah, the calls in the morning time is how we escalate our business. The leads that are provided obviously have to be called. And the power of the team is to basically, so let's talk about this. How does having an admin team, an ISA team, a photographer, a listing coordinator, how does that free you up to go out and amplify your business like you've had? Because you've taken full advantage of that.
Yes, you definitely have.
You talk about last night, Becky, getting one live for you by like midnight last night, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, got it in, squeaked it in, just past the cutoff. So that's part of the benefit of being on a team is that, our job is to, and what we're great at is to assist and advise clients and also to find those clients who needs our help, buying or selling or, when they're investing in properties. Yeah. So in order to best do that, we need to have our time mostly spent there. Right. However, there are legal documents, there's legal processes that need to be followed. So we have to hire great staff who can assist with that. We have an amazing transaction manager. Most other realtors, I'm pretty sure before would stay with Jason Baker team because they love her so much. She's amazing. We have a director of operations now who helps with listing coordinator and everything. So it just takes those menial, tedious tasks off our plate so that we can keep the important aspects of our job on our plate.
A normal agent is gonna go out, prospect for a listing, get the listing, go out, take the listing, come back, do all the paperwork, go out, take photos themselves, get everything queued up. If they do any marketing, then they're gonna put it in the MLS. They're gonna have to upload all that. They're gonna be up till midnight every single night. Then they're gonna have.
You're making me exhausted.
I mean, my God. I mean, I know. Dude,
there's a lot of. There's a big checklist of tasks.
There's 191 things Gary Keller says in his checklist in his MREA book, a Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. 191 things that a listing agent's gonna have to do when they take a listing. About 180 of those things are tedious, busy work, very important kind of things. I mean, obviously legal documents are important. That all said, well, we free the agent up to do that. So that's one of the big things is what is our hourly wage? What are we spending time on? So anyways,
great.
so we're getting down towards the end of the show. Do we have another segment after this? Or are we done?
We are all done.
We're all done.
Here's what I want to know,
yeah.
is if anyone wants to learn more, how do they get in contact with you?
How do they contact Katie?
I mean, maybe you can help someone, take that step that they need,
Yeah, so definitely call in 406-313-8964. We'll get you directly to me on our Jason Baker Team website. You can find any of our awesome realtors to work with. Yep. We're all happy to help.
You can also just call Jason. What's the number, Jason?
Yeah, it's 406-552-4443. Best thing to do is Google the Jason Baker Team, and you'll see all the reviews there. The people I paid $50 to leave me a great review. Just kidding.
Right to the website.
I usually call Jason and leave 30-second long raspberries on the voicemail. That's usually what I do.
Yep. I like that. Makes me smile.
If you missed any of our previous shows or any of this show, remember, you can check them out on demand at newstalkkgvo.com. Jason, thank you so much, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Thanks, buddy.